Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I really want to talk about something that's been affecting me that I guess I haven't really been willing to talk about, um, which is how I'm feeling. Through this video, I know it's a very sad video. I'm not positive if I'm going to cry or anything like that. I know that a lot of people think that if you don't cry, you're not sincere. But I just have this way that sometimes the hard things, I tend to try to make it positive in my head, but I can't. I can't just keep lying to myself. So I don't want it to come off as fake or anything like that. And you're probably like, why are you so upset? Why are you depressed? And I tried to say I'm not. And I don't think I really realize how much I've gone through. My whole life, I've been outcasted. I mean, I would never be picked for a group assignment. Nobody ever would want me. I'd always been picked last in gym. I never really caught on to how badly I was excluded. I rarely had friends, and the times I did have a best friend or somebody I actually hung out with, they ended up leaving me. I've always been so difficult, I've always felt really left out as an outcast. Like, I like being different. I like being Jewish. I don't like it, but I guess, itchy nose, my hair keeps touching my nose. I like being different. I like that, people see me as that, but I guess I've been excluded all my life. And the reason why I'm talking about it now is because now there's so many things going on. I mean, I've learned to deal with it through, elementary, primary, middle, because it was just the same group of kids. I wasn't going to just break them. I wasn't going to just say, like, you don't include me, because, even though we knew each other for, ever. But once I got to high school, I guess it kind of started to suck. I lost my friends. They're still my friends. I still talk to them. But we don't talk as much. In 8th grade, we had names for our crushes. Mine was The Wall. Long story. Could totally explain that later. And, we just knew everything. And now we're kind of disconnected. And we have no classes together. And then lunch, we're not split up by grade. We're split up by how our schedules work. One of my friends has 7th, one of my friends has 8th, and I have 9th. Last year, I went through bullying. And people didn't realize it was bullying. Because what I did is I've met somebody when I went in for freshman orientation, and we became kind of close. I was so excited. I'm like, wait for me at lunch, because we had the same lunch period. And when I came for the first day of school for my first day, which was not their first day because we were in Florida, I went up to their table. I kind of hung out with them, with whoever was sitting there. And yeah, it was good for the first few days. And then a week into it, or a week or two, we had to move our seat because our table got taken away. And so they moved to this area that was closed off. And there was only a certain number of seats. And they sat in those, and I talked to the person I was close to, I'm not going to be able to sit with you guys. She's like, okay, so I kind of depend on you guys. You kind of are my social life. Okay. She didn't care at all. She had, no heart to that, how much I was struggling. and then nobody kind of defended me. So I guess that's something that started out high school. So I dealt with that, and then I got my counselor to help me find a group of girls that were just really nice, but they kind of were exclusive with their friendship. And then I kind of moved to a table I was comfortable with the people, but I would never talk to them because, they would always be off in their own conversation. Like these two girls, they would kind of be talking about their lives and their boys, and and then the other people would just not just include me. And then I asked my friend in yearbook, hey, can I sit with you and your friends? And she's like, yeah, sure. And at first it was really hard because I kind of was being pushed off to the side. But after a while, I became really close with them. Like I'm Jewish. And when I first, we had to move our location where we were sitting because the area we were sitting at was closed. And we moved to this area and then at a different table, and it was just so fun. I was included. Their big thing was always they're not racist people at all. They told me at the end of the year, they just did it because I was open to it. I was really okay with it, and we were having fun with it. So they would call me Jewish, and they would toss money and make me go fetch it, which I made over $1 off of them. I'm good. So, and then I would also be okay with it. So if you're not for that, then this could be really bad. But it was just a really enjoyable time. And then my link to this group graduated. She was a junior that graduated as a senior. Yeah, and that became hard. And then sophomore year comes around. There's nobody. First of all, the summer sucked. I had some great experiences. I met Shane Dawson, for crying out loud. I got a picture with him. Very cruddy picture, but a great moment. I went to Wisconsin Dells. I got amazing things that just happened to me, but the one thing that just tore me apart was my parents getting divorced. I haven't said that in a video. And it was just so bad. Everything just hurts. Because I always thought, for my naive self, always thought my parents would always be together. They'll defy the odds of 50% staying together till death and 50% not. I was naive. And then top on the change of, first my parents not loving each other, not being the normal parents I know, my mom just being somebody I don't know, just a stranger, to going into sophomore year with my hopes held high, and then in yearbook I'm ready to be this vet, and I'm totally overshadowed. Everybody wants to hang out with everybody else, but not me, and I'm alone. And then lunch comes around, and I'm alone again. I should be used to it, but high school is just a place where you're supposed to be able to go to lunch and just enjoy yourself. But I've looked around the whole cafeteria, and there's a few things I look for. Not a whole guys group, because generally if they're a whole guys group, they kind of don't want that piece separated. And there's really not any mixed of guys and girls, which was something I really wanted to look for, so I will be looking for girls. And then they'll all either be very exclusive group, meaning I don't know, if I were to come in, they wouldn't care if I sat with them, but they're not going to include me. So what I've done is I've had to sit at a table with somebody I know and just watch YouTube. Just do something or read, or do something that, can help. But honestly, I always try to see the optimistic part of it. I always try to stay optimistic. I always want to put on this smile, because I feel like if you cry, you're showing that you're weak. You're showing that you're not a positive person. And I don't know if a great title for this would be depression. I mean, because I am generally a positive person. But I don't know how it's to explain this. Because honestly, this has been the hardest summer of my life. And I've had to face some things I never thought I would have to deal with. And I haven't really talked about it. Because I assume everything's going to be okay. I assume that my parents are going to leave on a good note. I assume I'm going to live in here forever. I assume things are going to get better. But who knows? My dad might always hate my mom. And my mom might always be a stranger. I might live in a crappy apartment or even on the street one day. Because of this. I might never make a friend in high school, and I might be alone for the rest of my life. It's just the way it seems, you know? My biggest fear is not heights. It's not the dark. And I guess it's not even being murdered. I mean, even though I hope we're all scared of being murdered and such. My biggest fear in life is being alone forever. My sister's biggest fear is being rejected. My biggest fear is that nobody will ever want to be my friend or date me, because apparently I'm so undateable or untalkable. Yep, grammared. And I'm naive to think that things are gonna just keep going up. And that one day I'm gonna be in this extremely happy marriage where there's no fights and we have amazing kids who's talented and smart and, you know, popular or something like that along those lines. I'm naive to think that I'm gonna have a bunch of friends where we're gonna just hang out every weekend, or, you know, we're gonna have some house parties when we're older. I mean, I'm naive to think that I'm even gonna be like in a friend's relationship, you know, the show Friends. I'm naive to think that I'm gonna have that friendship till the end, because the likability of me staying with my best friends is little. The likability of being married happily is little for all of your life. And I have learned that we teach ourselves to be naive. We teach ourselves because that's what we want. We want our parents to be happy, and we want us to be happy, and we want the best and the greatest, and the life of luxury, the money, the dream career, the nailed that, the friends. We want the greatest of the great. We want these perfect siblings and perfect children and perfect life. But in reality, we might keep one good friend throughout our whole life. It's a 50-50 for marriage to work, because you gotta depend on somebody else. Not everybody's gonna get their dream job, because it takes work. We have to work people have to do the jobs that we don't want to do. And I'm scared that I'm just gonna be alone. That I don't even know how else to say it. If you guys watched until here, thank you guys. I know it's just a rant, but I guess I'm really struggling at school right now and at home, and this is kind of my escape, and maybe this can help you guys. Maybe one of you guys understand. But as much as I am naive, I do believe that I'll find a way to be happy. Because there's so many things, especially, like, when I watch YouTube, there's this connection, I feel. Like, I'll watch Jack, and he'll be, like, you know, loud and enthusiastic, and how can you not smile, like, while watching that? And I mean, I've read Shane Dawson's, both of his books, and I know his backstory, and I'm reading Joey Graceffa's book, and how they were both bullied severely for being different. And I guess they stayed positive. Shane stayed his Shane positive, you know? It's like, it's not our positive, but it's like a new version of positive. It's called Shane positive. Forget A positive. Shane positive. I'm sorry, I had to. Thank you guys again for watching. Remember that today is the present for the biggest reason, which is you are a gift to this world. No matter how crappy you feel you are, gifts, the thought of it is the main important part. So you might feel like you're like a kitty bracelet. Sometimes I feel like I'm one of those things that they give. I'm like one of those, I can't even think. I'm like one of those cat sweaters that, you know, they give you the receipt because they know you want to return it or might want to return it. And you're like, I don't like it. It's gross. Get away from me. But you're like, oh, but it's so thoughtful. How can I get rid of it? Well, that's me. I'm that cat sweater. I'm that ugly cat sweater that we all want to return. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a rant. Anyways, today is the present because you're a gift to this world. Blah, 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 blah. Bye-bye-bye. And hopefully you guys really understand. I need to stop talking.